Welcome back to NC Bass, and today we're on Lake Norman Tuesday tournament. I was trying to take a break on tournaments because I've been terrible, but the conditions worked out perfectly. We had a warm front come in last night. It's like 58 degrees, major cold front's coming in, and the rain's supposed to get here. It's drizzling right now, but the main rain's supposed to get here right when the tournament ends, so I might as well do a tournament. It just so happens we got Bassmaster Elite Series Pro Shane LaHoo here, and Luke Helms that wins like half the tournaments here, so the competition's stiff. We have 7 boats, but 2 of them are pros pretty much. I mean, one of them is the actual Elite Series Pro, and he's fishing with Larry, who kills them all the time. He knows this lake like the back of his hand. And we got a blast off. Let's see how it goes. Well, we had a tournament blast off. Right before we get cast, I want to let you guys know what I'm going to do today. I'm going to start off shallow. It's very cloudy. These fish should have moved up. We got wind blowing in. It's going like 10 miles per hour, southwest winds all day. Actually getting higher as the rain gets closer. So that should make the moving bait bites. I barely have any like a shaky head on. I plan on fishing. Even I got a swim bait on one of the other spinner rods, but I plan on fishing moving baits, chatterbait, crankbaits. Jerkbait has to start biting. I cannot believe they have not been biting a jerkbait. There's been some big fish calling jerkbaits. I'm gonna keep trying to make that happen, but I'm gonna throw crankbaits up shallow early, and hopefully I can catch them back here. I'm going back to the Perth Road Bridge where I caught them a few weeks ago. Hopefully they're still there. I don't know if they've moved back out to the main lake. I tried to main lake last week and it was terrible, so I'm gonna go to the back of the creek, start out, see how it goes. West End cast. Fish. Oh gosh, feels like a good one. Got him away from the dock. On the swim bait, I had to drag it. I fished a crankbait through there. Not a bad fish. That's how you start the morning out. Yes. Something. I can catch something. Yay. Oh, I got him hooked right where I want him to be. That's how you start the day out. Yes. Thanks everybody that's commented saying throw a little swim bait. Thank you, because I wouldn't even rig this thing up. A little swim bait, Contact with a dye tail. I don't know if you guys will see it. That's a close to 2-pounder, 1.8 probably. Yes, more than I caught all last week. Everybody that commented to use a little swim bait. It's a 4-inch Contact, but it's still a very finesse bait. You just guys have seen, I just threw a crankbait through there a few times, nothing. Feels good to have one in the well though. Great way to start the day out. Yes. There's some fish down there, guys. And he come off. No. No. Camera's not even going, guys. My bad. This fish slammed it. It's a good one. Not huge or nothing, but it's a decent. First time I pulled out the net in a while. Oh, he's not even big at all. He's smaller than the one I got already, but he's hooked on the outside of the mouth. That's why he slammed it. Didn't have the camera on. First time I used the net in months. It's probably 1.5, close to it. Got one on the curve. Busted my speed trap on the trolling motor, so I'm out of the 1/8 ounce speed traps. He's been caught before. This spot has been producing. The very back on the bridge, it's 50-degree water. It's only 51 right here, but 55 on the main lake. It's cold in the back of the creek, but there's still fish back here. That's 2 fish. Just need one more giant, and I got a chance. Fish. Swim bait. Tiny. Largemouth, look at there. Back here in this cold water. It's like 60 degrees. These fish feel cold. It's 50.8 right here. I don't even want to put them in there. You know what? I'm gonna let I don't want to stress out the little largemouth. Bad luck to let go of a keeper, but I think I'll get another one. Oh, he ate it coming out. Look at that. Whole school of babies. Too small. We got the pros here today, huh? No reason to try to keep one like that. Fish on. Yes. Man, I threw it right on the bank. I didn't think it was, thought I was on a rock. On this little Livingston square bill. I think he's very big, but he feels decent. He's like a possible keeper. He's definitely not very big. He's decent. I'm about to lose him too. We'll take him. On this Livingston square bill, it makes a little noise. It's a $17 crankbait, and I won 2 of them in an auction, custom painted, for 10 bucks. Got 2 of them. They're custom painted. But I broke my speed trap, so I had to take that. There's a keeper. So I got probably, I don't know, 4.5 pounds now. Wind's blowing on the riprap. That's when you gotta go fish them. Well guys, midday update. Got 3 keepers, so I'm happy with that. The fish are kind of bite moving baits. They're still near docks, but they're not on them. And I caught a couple on the crankbaits on the riprap. But I'm gonna try a few docks. I think maybe some fish are pulling up on these deep docks and with brush piles. So I'm gonna try to fish some docks, even though it's cloudy. I was planning on fishing riprap and going running and gunning, but it seems like the bigger fish are on docks. I'm trying to throw the jackhammer. I know if I can catch a fish on jackhammer, it'll be a bigger one. But I've been throwing a jerkbait a lot. I haven't got bit on the jerkbait at all. I'm gonna throw a shaky head some. And that little swim bait, they want the swim bait for some reason, even though I'm dropping it down to the bottom and just slowly reeling it in. That's when they're hitting it. But I've got one on a square bill and one on the 6-inch curve. I'm hoping they'll still keep biting moving baits. The wind is definitely picking up, so, and I'm marking shad out here deep in 50 foot of water. So hopefully the bite will get, I'm not really planning on winning. I know somebody's gonna bring in some big fish. I guarantee you some of these guys are gonna bring in like 8 pounds, but I know his winning's gonna be tough, but if I can catch a big fish, I'll have a chance. I'm just happy I caught 3 keepers. Let's see how it goes. Fish. Oh, good one. Right under the bridge. Feels like a good fish. Finally, it's been a while since I had one. He's pulling drag. Oh, it's a nice one. It's a nice one. And he come off! No! God!
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That was like a 3-pound spot! Can't believe he come off right when I unclipped the net. I should have not worried about it, man. God! He was pulling drag. Well, guys, that's the tournament. Larry had 7.5 pounds. I mean, I don't know where they caught him, but him and Shane had like 6.5 pounds, so they caught him. I lost that giant fish. That really stung. That fish was at least 3 pounds, but luckily Larry really caught him, so it wouldn't have mattered. I'd had like 6 and maybe a little over 6 pounds. Even if that fish was 3.5, I wouldn't have had 7 pounds. So I still would have lost, so it makes me feel a little bit better. But they caught him, of course, and they didn't even have a trolling motor. I mean, they know how to catch them. They're pros. But he wins all the winter tournaments anyways. But I'm just glad to catch some fish. I'm really hate I lost that big one on the square bill. I'm going to start throwing that square bill. It's got the circuit board lip. It feels funny, but it goes through rocks really, really good. It doesn't go deep, but I do like that bait, but I'm gonna have to get me some more speed traps. I hate that I broke it. I love the sound of the speed trap. They really work. But the fish were biting here and there. I mean, some people didn't weigh in a limit. It was tough. I mean, I'm glad I caught some fish. That dock really has the fish, but these fish were in the cold water, surprisingly. You think wintertime, you gotta go find the warm water. That's where all the little fish are. There's still some fish moving from the backs of creeks. I managed to stumble on a few. I'm just glad I caught some fish. Compared to the last few weeks, it's been terrible. And guys, bear with me. I know the last video, you guys are watching, I want to thank everybody that's watching these terrible videos, but today wasn't that bad at least. And the winter time is going to be slow. It's tough to catch bite. In the heart of winter, it's going to be tough to even get bites. So we'll have to go fish deep. But right now, they're still biting. Guys, you got to pay attention to fronts coming in, the weather, the pressure was dropping, a cold front coming in. It was a great time to fish, but only caught a few. But the big fish were biting, just not from, I lost a big one, and some people caught some big ones. They caught one over 3 pounds too, but I wish I'd have caught that big one. I haven't seen a 3-pounder in a few months. If I'd have caught that 3-pounder, I'd have been happy, but it's still a good day. And we'll probably be back out here next week. I'm not sure, but thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.